Screaming. My sister Vivian has been the golden child since the day she was born. She got the big bedroom with the bay window while I got the closet next to the garage. She got a brand new car at 16 while I took the bus until I could afford my own. She got the full ride to college while I worked 2 jobs to pay my tuition. When I got pregnant at 23 with my daughter Luna, my parents acted like I'd committed a federal crime. The father wasn't in the picture, and that made everything worse. My mom told her church friends I was ruining the family name. My dad called me an embarrassment at Easter dinner in front of everyone. Vivian laughed at Thanksgiving and told the entire table I was proof some people shouldn't be allowed to reproduce. But here's what nobody in my family knows. 5 years ago, I started selling handmade jewelry online. It exploded faster than I expected. 6 figures within 18 months. By year 3, I was making more money than both my parents combined. I kept it quiet because I knew exactly what would happen the moment they found out. 2 years ago, my dad came to me crying. The restaurant he'd owned for 20 years was going under. He needed $200,000 or he'd lose everything including the house. I transferred the money the next day without hesitation. No contract, no paperwork, just a daughter helping her father because that's what family does. He hugged me for the first time in years and promised he'd pay me back every cent. He never did. 6 months later, my mom needed emergency surgery. Insurance wouldn't cover the full amount. $40,000 out of pocket. I paid without being asked twice. Then Vivian announced her engagement to some guy named Trent who worked in finance. My parents were thrilled. They started planning the wedding immediately and costs kept climbing every week. Venue deposit, premium catering, imported flowers, designer dress from some fancy boutique. Every few weeks, my dad would call asking if I could help just a little more. I've given them over $350,000 in 2 years, all funneled through a joint account I set up with my dad for the restaurant bailout, an account that still had my name on it, an account I still had full access to. Last Monday was Luna's 5th birthday. I asked my parents if they wanted to come to her party at the park. My mom said they were too busy with wedding planning. I asked if Luna could at least be the flower girl since she'd been practicing walking down pretend aisles for months. Vivian got on the phone and laughed. She said she didn't want someone's mistake ruining her aesthetic on the most important day of her life. My dad said nothing to defend his granddaughter. That night, he left the voicemail. You're not welcome at the wedding. Don't bring that kid around anymore. She makes Trent's family uncomfortable. I sat in my car and listened to it 3 times. Then I typed one word, noted. The next morning, I called the bank. I transferred every single dollar out of that joint account. All $212,000 that was supposed to fund Vivian's dream wedding. The venue, the catering, the flowers, the dress alterations, all of it. Gone. I moved every cent to an account in Luna's name for her college fund. 3 days later, my phone exploded. 17 missed calls from my dad, 23 from my mom, 41 from Vivian. The voicemail from my sister was nothing but screaming. The wedding was in 2 weeks. Every vendor was demanding immediate payment. The venue threatened to cancel. Vivian was having a complete breakdown because her perfect day was falling apart. My dad called me a thief. I reminded him the account had my name on it and every deposit came from my earnings. My mom begged me to fix it. I told her I was busy planning Luna's 6th birthday party. They tried everything. Guilt, threats, crying. My dad showed up at my door demanding I make this right. I showed him the receipts. $350,000 given over 2 years. $0 paid back. 0 thank yous. 0 invitations to family dinners unless they needed money. He left without a word. Vivian's wedding happened 2 weeks later in my parents' backyard instead of the vineyard she dreamed about. Folding chairs instead of mahogany pews. Grocery store cake instead of the 5-tier custom design. Her dress was the same one my mom wore 30 years ago. Trent's cousin sent me photos. Luna and I spent that day at Disneyland.